Alrighty, we're back at it. And what has happened yesterday when we left the video, Jim showed up. I got this side tacked on with the bag, and that's basically what I've done. As I get looking, I'm going to put the knee pads on. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Me and Jolene are taking off after this. We're going to make the video. Me and Jolene are going to go for an hour and 10-minute drive. We're going to have some fun, ain't we, baby?
Yep.
We're going to go check something out. We sold a cab over truck the other day. Everything is going well with, with everything went well with that. He came in, never dickered, just bought the truck, and that's what I wanted on that one. I just wanted to let it go to somebody that wanted to do something with it. And I found a nice young man to buy it and fix it. He's not that young, but he's a nice man. So what is going on here as I look at this? Just a second. Had to get rid of it, boys. Better out than in. All right, we have what I got going on here. I just tacked that on there, obviously. I do not like, this is what this is the prototype. And what I do is once I get it set up and I think it could work after I play it all out in my mind, in my brain, like, my top mount is here. This is where this is going to mount. This is where this. As I got the prototype going, I can tell right now there's an airline that comes out of the bottom of the bag, and it comes down, and it's got this angle iron. It's all sharp there. That wouldn't be very strong if I welded across the rear end there. We just have a little bit there that could bend probably, on that rear end. You wouldn't bend the angle iron, I wouldn't think, in that distance. You'd have to have some major amount of pressure. But to have that just weld across there, behind there a little bit, not enjoying that a whole bunch, that sharp, didn't like that. So what has happened, me and Jim sat over there yesterday. He rolled himself a few stogies, and I played it over my brain. And what we come up with, this is what we come up with. And Jim, give me the idea. I took Jim's idea. I'm sorry, Jim. No, I'm not sorry. I'm happy that Jim showed up and give me an idea. So what has happened is I've taken the angle iron and laid it all the way on the back of this. So now we've doubled it up. Now it's got the 1/4-inch plate plus the 1/8 plate laid on the back of that. So we got that for strength. So now what happened is we took one of these. And we V'd out one side. If you know what I'm trying to say, we V'd that out. I don't know if I drew that right on there. When we took a V out of it, I pounded this edge over to the angle iron, and it gives us this shape. So now we got a nice airline coming out. Nothing sharp or anything. I can get at it. The airline comes out nice. Also, with this angle iron, with that there welded like that, that is a gusset. Hard to believe, but it is. That's a gusset. When you try to bend that 1/8 plate, you would have to rip that off the side of that 1/4-inch plate. And I don't think that's going to happen. You'd have to have some major something happen for that to happen, as it's got it welded there too. So to pull it forward and bend it, you'd have to bend the angle, you'd have to rip that off, and you'd have to rip it off the back. To bend it sideways like this, you would have to rip the angle iron in half, you'd have to rip that off. Basically what I'm saying is the angle iron is the strength, but when I bend it over like that, that there is the gusset, that is the help. You'd have to rip that off to bend that. And I don't think that's going to happen. So this is basically what's going on. I've got it just like this. It sits on top of the rear end. This is the arm that goes up and it mounts. And these are stationary. Now, I know this will work because when you buy a kit from Speedway, they do the exact same thing. They bolt up in the back and they bolt in the front. You have one pivot area. And the two in the back are stationary. I'm taking this from other things that I've seen, other things I've seen built. So I'm feeling okay with this. I had somebody say that the rear end will move. Why, sure, the rear end will move and be in difference for sure it will be with it having it bolted down there in the back. But you must admit, if you have a bar here. On that angle, you have a bar there on that angle. When you let the air ride up, the bar goes on that angle. What is the difference in length? Nothing. If you have the same, if your air bar's angled down like this, it might be different when it comes here and all along here, but when it gets up the same distance as this is down, it'll be at the same length. Hope that makes sense. It makes sense to me. So now what I have to do is, I've got that one ready. The rear end is not staying in the car. This is mock-up. So what I'm doing is I'm mocking up the brackets that I need. So what I have to do is I got this mocked up. I still have to mock up the mount. I still have to do that. Not ready for that yet though, because I have to repair this. That's what I want to stay with. As I get these ready, then I can deal with the mounts, and then I can cruise on to the mount on the top and cruise on to the shocks. But first I want to make this look like this. We have 16-inch tires on right now. We're putting 17s on it, so we're going to come up an inch. I have measured how far down this is, Jolene, so that's quite a ways down. And I did measure it, and it's no further down than the frame is, so we're fine there. The lowest point on this chassis so far, I think, is the transmission mount where I put the gussets in for the transmission mount. I think that's the lowest point right at the present moment. So that's basically what I've got to do. I've got to fix that, repair that, so it looks good. I'm very happy with that. I thank Jim for the idea. Basically, that was about it. Jim gave me an idea, and we went with it. So, in order to make these pieces, in order to make that piece, so what I did is I took, you can see, as I took that V out, I have to measure that. So when I take this V out, then I pound this over to this, over to here, and I weld it on the back side, and that'll give us that piece. And then I take this one, take the V out of it, and that'll give us our V. We'll take and cut this V out, pound that over, take this V out, pound that over, then we'll take those off and we'll place them up on the back side and get them where they should be, and then we'll start drilling some holes. But basically, we're going to make something. We're going to take a piece of angle iron, which is, actually, you could bend that 1/8 flat plate, no problem at all, no problem at all. With an angle like that, you'd have a hard time because you'd have to stretch that angle to bend that either way. That's why this angle iron is strong. When you got the front, if you welded two pieces of angle iron together like that, 1/8 plate, I bet you that would pick the front of that car up no problem at all because of the strength of the angle. When we gusset it on the top, we're going to give it another little bit of strength, which I'm going to be happy with. Yeah, I'm going to be happy with that. So what I'm going to do is I have to do a measurement. I think it was down 2 3/4 on for the, just getting in here this morning. It's Friday, bright and early Friday. I need tape measure, sweetheart. I'll be right back. See one right, I see one. Might as well get my glasses at the same time. So basically, what's going on here is you can see, obviously, I'm making something and then trying to perfect it or make it work after I get it in place. Like that one's all crooked. It's sharp on the edges. It just wasn't finished. We just had to get it in place to know where we're going. And when we were sitting here, it was nice to talk to Jim to get that V put out. Fina's watching the dooryard. She's doing a great job. She always does. Let's get this party started here. I think the mark was 2 3/4. I'm pretty sure the mark was 2 3/4. Pretty good for the V mark, what I did, eh? Pretty good. 2 3/4. So that's where I'm going. That just tells me where I got to go from to get my angle. I'll just go from the top to the 2 3/4 on both sides, so I know they're the same. So this is a piece I'm cutting out. That's a piece I'm cutting out. An old Jim Boone gave me this idea. It was a great idea. It was funny too because after he got the one good idea, he came up with a bunch of more. I said, "No, Jim, that's enough. I only need one good idea for now." Once you get one, like that's another thing too. Once you get a good idea that works, I usually shut it off because there's no sense in me reminiscing, keep going over it and over it and over it and over it and trying to go here and go there and get myself all frigged up thinking of all the ideas. Once he thought of that idea to beat that over and that we gusset that and I could get at that airline, it was over for me. I had the idea I wanted and I went for it. That's basically it. If you want to continue on giving yourself more ideas and all that sort of stuff, you can, but you will take a time away from what you could have done and had it done if you went with the right idea. And basically that's what I'm trying to get good at in life is I'm trying to make good decisions the quickest possible. You know what good decisions do? Good decisions give you a good life. Poor decisions give you a not so good life. But the quicker you can make a good decision and move on, I keep saying it, the better you'll be. And that's basically what I try for. I know that I don't know everything. I do not know everything, not even close. But when he came up with that idea to bring that over, and I could see in my brain that I could gusset it, and I could bring it right to the top and weld it. There was no sharp edges. It finished it. What more would you want? So I stopped at that idea. What more would you want? Now, there's what I have. That's what I've done. So, that gives me my piece. I'm just going to squeeze that together, put a little bit of weld on it because I want to weld it together. Shouldn't, maybe. That's fine. Now I've got a little bit of gap in it. See where I got the gap in it? That gives me penetration. That gives me, see, I got to put this on the back side of that. When I weld that goes on the back side. I want that flush. I'm going to have to grind that off because I want to do a good job on it. Nope, got to plug her back in. Jolene looks as beautiful as ever today. She woke up with smiles on her face, which makes me smile. Yeah, if you wake up with a smile on your face, it can become a good day. If you wake up with not a smile on your face, not such a good day. But Jolene always wakes up with a smile on her face. She's so beautiful first thing in the morning. She is. Thanks. I love you to death, sweetheart.
Thanks, baby.
She's a beautiful woman. Alrighty. Didn't want to weld my grips there. I missed. There we go. Take that off. And I'll weld that bad boy up. Can't see that well. I don't know why, but I can't. My helmet. A spot right there. Alrighty. Nice and flat. I can grind that off good. I got another one right behind you, sweetheart. So I'm just taking vice grips or putting that in there. I want to leave myself a little bit of a gap. I want to leave myself a little bit of a gap for that penetration thing. Oh, too much. Just a little bit more. There we go. Hold her together. Take them bad boys off. I wonder what my helmet's. Let's try it this way, see what happens. There's an adjustment on the side of your helmet. It goes from 9 to 13. And I'm just wondering if 9's the darkest or 13's the darkest. I'm going to find out here very shortly. Oh, that's the darkest. 13's the darkest, and 9's the lightest. There we go.
Ah, come on.
Okie dokie. Here's that piece. So, this goes like this. That's that. And that gives us our air. That gives us air. This gives us our gusset. And this gives our space to get at that nut. There's a nut there that holds that airbag on, so we need a little bit of room. So I'm going to turn that air compressor off, or the MIG welder off. I didn't even turn the air compressor on yet. What am I talking about? Alrighty, now I'm just going to buff these off. I may as well get comfortable. Put my hat back on. That's basically the end of the story. I may as well get comfortable, hadn't I, baby? Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty. Sharp stuff off it. We don't want nothing sharp, and we don't want nothing that looks right out of place. Not at all. That doesn't look bad to me. If that was all painted black, you would think it was one piece. You would think it was made together. So as I take this off, I'm going to take this off. Come on. There we go. Now, also another thing. Come take a look. Come back this way. This is another thing too. When I shoved this up inside there, then I couldn't get this out. Oh. Then I couldn't get that nut out. You know what I mean? So I had to bring it down a little bit so my bolt nut would come out easily. That's what I had to do. But that's okay. It's okay. I'll just cut that off. And that's another problem I had when I looked it over. And that's what you have to do. You have to look over problems, see what's going on. I don't want to cut that. This is what you call mock-up. So we'll have these to put on the other rear end when we get a chance. Okay. You can see how it went on the back there. That's what I'm going to do. The exact same on this one. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to put them on the back. But I'm going to go to the top, and I'm going to have a gusset from here down to that, which will allow for the go in there. It was a great idea that Jim came up with, and I was very happy with it. I was happy with it. I'm going to have to cut that off before I get that out. And everything's just tacked together with a couple tacks. That's basically the end of it. I'm going to do this and get that cut off and get that out of there. Move the airbag for a minute. I'll get that out of the way while we do what we got to do. You can see how the hole's there and how it mounts, which is very nice. It mounts very nice. Let's stick it up here. We've had some comments on the transmission mount. I just want to clear one thing up. These braces, these here, are not to hold that transmission up. That cross member right there holds the transmission up. That holds the transmission up. That's the cross member. These pieces that are going across X bracing are holding that chassis. That's what they're doing. The piece of going across is the transmission mount. The pieces that are triangles, they're holding the chassis tight. There's two different things going on. I would never expect a piece of flat bar to hold up a transmission. The square stock is holding the transmission. The flat bar is making the frame rigid. Alrighty. Get back here. All right, now I'm just going to clean this off. We're back to square one. We are, but we've got it figured out what we want and what we need, so there's where we're going. The black paint is what I'm doing. Now, these are welded on this is the back side, so it's going to look like this. It's the back side. It's going to look like this. I have to cut some off of when I put it like this, and I try to make it come down straight. It doesn't give me enough in the center. Where's the joint? Oh, that's not right there. I had a joint right here. Put this in the middle. This is my guide. This is my guide. And someone said, why didn't you weld the nut to the bar and then screw this in? That didn't fit inside, and if I was going to do that, I'd tap that. I ground that down so it would fit inside the bar. Then I could weld it and put the jam nut. I could not weld the nut on the bar. Then this would not screw inside. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyways, just some things when you're right there, it's easy to pick up, but if you're not there, it's harder to pick up what's going on. That's why I'm trying to show you the best I can. Okay, that's just more or less. I want to get it straight. I'm going to do it this way. It makes it easier. Makes it easier. When I put that in there, I want to make sure they're the same length. If I cut pieces all the same length. When I go to try to shove that in, like this is the back piece. This is what I want to be done. This is going in here like this and weld on the back piece. It will not go in there because this has been in too far. So what I have to do is, is I have to chop some of it off so it'll go in there. You know what I'm trying to say? I can't get that up in there. I want to lay this on here like that all the way up to the back is what I want. I want to lay it all the way up in there. And I want to lay this one up in here. But what I got to do is I got to cut some of this off to get it. That's what I got to do. I'm going to take my zip cut right now. And I'm going to cut a little bit off the top. To grind the ends off to make sure there's no weld there because I want it to lay flat on the back and I do not want anything holding me up. I want to flatten that out. What has to happen is, see if I can slide that in there now. Turn it over. There, it slides in there now. See how it slid it up in there? That'll go right to the top like that. So now we have all that to weld, all this backside here to weld, nice, all along here. And then we flip it over to the other side. And then we got our gusset on the inside that we got to weld. Right there, that's our gusset. So I'm going to clean this area in here. I'm going to have to clean that with a die grinder because it was hard to get at. And this is all simple stuff. I mean, really, it's all simple stuff. We had one piece put together. And then we just had to modify it to make us happy. And that made us happy. And it was Jim's idea. Had a good visit with Jim yesterday. It's good to see him. You know, good to see him. I've seen Doug off and on. See Doug again, John. But now that we're opening up a little bit, you'll probably get to see Doug. Everybody will sort of be around. What am I doing here? Okay. Trying to clear this off right here, get the black paint off so it sticks good. That's basically it. Weld onto this and then make something that we can use. I'm going to go, the welder's right here. They're the same length. They look good. Basically, I want to put them on looking. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to do this again. Put this on this side. And the reason being is I want it out of the way. I guess that nut's holding me from doing what I want to do. The nut. I got it so hard I can't move it. Just trying to level her out, make them both the same. That's basically it. I can't go that way. I'm laying that on the back of there. What I want to do is I want to make sure I get it straight. Remember it was crooked last time? And this time here, I get to plunk this on and make it straight before we even get going there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get there, right there. That looks very nice to me. actually holding pretty good itself. I'm going to turn on the welder. Just trying to make it straight. Just trying to make it straight. Bring it down some. I want to make it straight. That's not straight. I haven't got this real straight here yet. See that there angle? A little different. Now we're looking a little better. I'm going to tack one. Just want to make it straight. That's all I want to do. And if it's not, you know what we'll do?
We'll cut it back off.
Cut it back off. It's nice and tight. Oh, sorry. Get that angle right. That's all. Just nip that off. That's nothing. That's nothing. Alrighty. Now I want this to be tight. I want that to be tight. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Tighten this side over here. We're just running flush down with the back. Running flush.
Oh, damn it.
Now we're just going to take it off. Take a look at it because we're tacked in place. We're nice and straight. Looks nice and straight to me. One of the angles is down just a little bit. The angle starts right there. That's good. Now I want to hit that. I want to knock that down so it's flat. I'll get a small hammer. Get a small hammer. It's Friday. Everybody have a good Friday. I hope everybody have a good Friday. It's Friday, you know. Home, love the one you're with. You know what I mean? Go home and love the one you're with. And have a good Friday. You know? So, that looks straight. That looks nice and straight to me. I got it straight up and down with that. That looks good. Looks good. So now, it's all about the welding. Let's get her welded on there. I'm sorry, sweetheart, I'm in your way.
Yeah.
We've welded her on nicely.
We've got
penetration, Houston. We've got penetration.
hard to see this morning.
All right. Get some gloves on. We'll grind that off. That's the start. I'm just grinding the weld off flush with the 1/8 bar. And that's it, leaving the rest on. Now, I'll take it. Whoopsie. That's all right. Now I got the pieces in. I got these are my gussets in here where that's bent on a 45 there. Those are my gussets. Now I'm going to weld those up, make those look pretty. Come on now. Come on now. Basically. Alrighty. Not gonna rip that off. Hope not anyways. Hope not.
Some more on it. Make that look a little better.
Cool. Oh, I want to put some more. Alrighty. Spot there I can weld. I'm going to grind it up, clean it up a little bit. I'm going to take this off, cut that edge off. Then I've got to cut some holes. You can see on this one, just took the little flapper wheel and, ground the edge on that, rolled the edge on that, rolled the edge on that, and just rolled that. Just because I looked at this one, this got a little nice little roll, Did the exact same thing on the piece that we added, so they look like they go together. Basically what I did. Didn't start 45 and anything too sharp. It's Friday. Now, I was going for a zip cut. I think I have them down there, don't I? Zip cuts. I put them somewhere. Or I thought I did. Babe, you got your mic on?
It's hard.
Is it? You want me to help take it off? All right, I'll help you undress you. No problem. Look where the grinder just there. If they're any closer, they'd have bit me. They'd have bit me. Me and Jolene like going out and playing catch every once in a while when the sun is shining. We love going out and playing a little bit of catch. Jolene is an athlete. And I used to like trying to be an athlete. I used to like playing hockey. Played a lot of hockey, played a lot of basketball, did sports through school. I really enjoyed it. And then when I left school, geez, it was weird. Sports was all gone. Then what do you do? No one ever thinks of that, when you leave, when school's over, what do you do? Cleaning that a little bit. I want to, that's fine, I can clean that anytime. Just want to knock the nub off this. Can't get in there with that. They'll move when you start welding them. They'll move. Gotta open her up a little bit. And I use whatever I have. You just noticed. I use whatever I have. Just open her up a little bit. There we go. There we go. And now we got to put some holes in this bad boy. This is what I want to do. I'm going to take these off. I don't know if it matters if that's on. Just want to have them at the same length. Yes, I very well could measure it, but I also can put them together like that, you know. I find it easier for me. Is that marker down there? I don't know if I had it yet this morning or not. Yes, I did. I had it this morning doing that V, so there it is right there. Cool. Get this up a little bit so I can get a true read. There. Just laying that on there. Perfect on that. And I just know how much to cut it off. Look right. Same as the other one. I like to scream that when that happens, yeah, because it feels like a rodeo, you know what I mean? You're like ooh, I cut that a little bit. I'm going to shorten that one a little bit more. Place. Jeez, I'm still a little shy, aren't I? Weed whack that one. Just gets us a little higher off the ground, that's all. What it basically does. A little bit more. want to have them the same. Got carried away with the grinder. I'm happy with that. Good with that. Let's do it. Now I've got to drill some holes in it. And this is on this side. It's on the downs. It's on the downs. Basically, what I've done here is I've just taken that one there, and this is basically what I've done, is I took the top of this heim joint and lined it up with the bottom of this, and then I draw my circles. And that's what I did on that one. That's what I'm going to do on this one. Oh, cover's still on. So we get a hole there, or beginning of a hole. So I'm going to turn it over and take the top and do the exact same thing with the other side. That's the top. Ouch, it's hot. It really is. Pull this down. Get that at the top. Ouch. Ouch. It's hot. Move along quickly, here we are. Here on Warner. Hard up against. And basically, that's the holes I have to. I didn't get that in there quite tight. I know I didn't, because I can tell. Just modifying one because it's not, well, probably is center. It's just do. Just want to hit something for a second. All right, now I'm just going to cut out some holes. Let's do it. Put the cover on this. Nope, not plugged in yet. Gonna get my other glove. I can see your belly button, Jolene. I can see your belly button. So, you know, you can buy like, I've done that before, you can buy this as a kit. You can't, like, obviously this is a kit where I got this out of, but it didn't go to this. But you can go to Speedway Motors and you can buy a kit for the back of that. I think you're looking at probably a $600 bill, American, that is. For us, you would have to double it and add tax, but it's available. And they're really good kits, and whatever one, you know, there's certain ones, different ones you can buy, but I like the idea of the one-stop shop at Speedway Motors. And if you want to advertise here at Hiltz Auto Co., you get in touch with Jolene and she'll help you out. Oh yeah, the helmet. Great, you know, it's free. Why would you not enter your name? I'm not sure. I think it's available to everybody, is it not, or do we not know?
I'm not sure. Like
we don't know who it's available to and who it's not available to. But listen, it does not hurt to put the button and put your name in. You just never know. You know what I mean? Why not? Chance to win, man. And I think what's going to happen is when they give us a number or something, or some kind of number, they're going to say you can order underneath of us or something like that, dude.
No, there's a link that you use to enter your name for the draw.
Yeah, I thought they wanted to. I thought they were going to give us a number or something, so when they did put their name in the draw, they knew where it was coming from.
No, that's the link. The link.
Oh, the link is the draw.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know much when it comes to that sort of stuff. I hate to confuse all you people, but what I'm saying is, if you'd like to win for free, doesn't hurt to put your name in. Doesn't hurt to put your name in. Got my holes. Gonna do it right now, why not? Just give it a little buff out with that. Them holes quite nice. I die grind that in there, that weld in there. I'm not going to do that right now, but when it comes time to clean it up, so there's what we got going on. Airbag sits on there. We'll be able to put our nut on. We'll be able to get out our air ride, and our hose will run out nice, nothing sharp. Gusset for this. Yeah, it should be fine. Should be good. And that's what I just keep on motoring that way, just one at a time. And we're going to shove that. That would go in there like so. Get in there. That now, would you? 1 minute it won't go in, and the next minute it falls in. So it's just hard to. So now, put that in. Get in there. Just made that hole big enough. Should gotta grind that again. I gotta grind that hole just a little bit. Well, see, that'll go in. Hole not big enough. Not quite big enough, the holes aren't. Ugh. Screw that out. Come on out, baby. Come on out. Just not quite big enough. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit. If you ever use one of those die grinders, you know the feeling when you pull that button and it just goes. And not generally, I just hold it right to it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it gets very frustrating. Let's do this again. See if we can't get them to go through. Right. Putting it up through. I don't know why I'm nutting it on the inside, but I'm going to. There's one. Let's do that. Not on my mic. Not on my mic. Being aware, people. Being aware. being aware. There's another nut for this one. Right there. Look at that. Bad boy, what you gonna do when Bad Chad puts a bolt through you? Now. Now I am, set that on there. Satisfied. I'm satisfied with that. I measured the bottom of that, and that's not the lowest point. The lowest point is the transmission mount. I think we'll be about 6.5 inches off the ground. That would never hit. And that's basically it in the handbag. So we've got this one. Now let's put this one back together so it looks nice. Down like that. And basically what has happened here, I'm going off a kit that I've bought before. It's a kit that I've bought before. And what I'm doing is I'm just taking it and making my own, basically. And I'm not doing anything different than what they have done, other than the bracket's a little different, or you know what I mean? It's just a little different shape or whatever. But that's basically what I've done. I've taken what I've gotten from.
It's right over there.
What's that?
The bolt.
What I'm basically doing is taking ideas from what I've done before, or bought before, and make it my own. And that's basically what's going on here with this here right now, is that I'm just making our own, but it's basically the same. Yes, you can get it so it has on this side, like these heim joints here, yes, you can get them so they're not stationary, but you also can get them that they are stationary. But on these heim joints here, this would control your pinion rake. You know, if down, up, you can adjust it there. You could adjust it up or down by, if you adjusted this one out, it would obviously push that down. If you adjusted this one out, it would always bring it up. I'm going to find the pinion angle myself, and then I'm going to place these on and weld it to the rear end. That's basically what's going to happen. I put them on backwards, didn't I? It's going to be new. We're going on backwards this time. Anyways, that's basically what's going on. Yeah, that's basically what's going on right there. So that's holding it together. I will find the pinion angle, and then this will get welded to it, and so forth. We'll make a bracket down here. We'll make a bracket down here so it sits right, and the airbag sits right. We'll put the rear end in, and then we'll find the pinion angle, and then we'll weld this, basically. So that's how the two brackets in the back are going to be made for the air ride. That's how it goes. And it's Friday. Should I go any further? Is that good? No, fantastic! Fantastic. I'm loving it, boys. I'm loving it. Look, I put my nut on now. Before I couldn't do that because I would either be marked and what can I say? Get that on there straight. I couldn't do that before because the simple fact is that tubing in there would be sharp, it would cut you, and that's what I didn't want. The airline coming out itself has got nothing sharp to scrape on. Everything's got a nice little round edge on it. I think there's plenty of strength there for that. We're not running 1,000 horsepower, not even close. So I think we're fine. So it's Friday. Have a good rest of your Friday. Me and Jolene are going on a little fun, and we'll see you tomorrow. And we'll probably try to make some brackets down here, and maybe make a bracket for the air ride. Also, as we were thinking when Jim was here, I'd like to put the shock on the opposite side of this airbag, would be kind of fun to do. We talked it over, and that's what we did. It's coming along. We're coming front to back, an hour at a time, and you're watching the progress right as we do it. We want to thank for all the comments and all the good things, and for general just commenting, you know. And if you've got the computer to give away a hat or a shirt, let's do it. Let's give away a hat or a shirt. That brand new mic died yesterday. Huh? What do you think of that? Huh?
Yeah, I thought it would come fully charged.
Do you need my help?
I don't think.
I want to just put this on, not on, without cross-threading it. That's what I want to do. Come on, man. Come on, man. There we go. Cool. It's Friday. Yeah, it was a good video last night seeing Jim.
Yeah.
Jim's a cool cat. Mm-hmm. And soon you'll get to see Doug and John and, you know, everybody's, you know, we're starting to lighten up here a little bit. 666 comments. 666. George, how you spell it? Say the last name.
Tanel?
George Tanel. Comment. Well, a bar all the way across the front. Weld a bar all the way across. Weld, maybe. Bar all the way across the front. Yes. I agree with you, George. I do. I'm going to do another one here yet. I have not done that yet, but I was looking at it. I want, like the centers, the cross brace on the transmission mount makes me happy. The bracing that we're going to get across for the airbags is going to make me happy because that's going to hold the top of the chassis in the right place. I like this bar right here because it's holding the front end of the frame plus holding the radiator. And I'm probably going to throw one more of those right here to there so that cannot move. I'm probably going to do that, George. Thanks. Appreciate it. You get a hat or a shirt of your choice. We appreciate that you watch. Tell your friends. And we're daily content. Let everybody know we're daily content. You might not want to watch today. You might want to watch tomorrow. But every day is new content. And the more everybody knows that, maybe they can watch at different times. Some people don't want to watch that part. They want to see that part. And you keep watching us and you'll get to see all of it. Have a good Friday, everybody. Come on, Jolene, let's get out of here.